in a police officer of life, then we can't talk about we can't end police brutality. I do believe that the police are poorly educated, poorly trained, poorly indoctrinated, and now the consequence of the ripple effect of that is what we see. The police cannot give respect to the citizens. The police does not understand what it takes to actually preserve, protect, and defend the rights of the citizenry.
One would expect a government that is aiming to avoid such a scenario as the NSAS to put more effort into bettering the governance system in the country. Valerie Chioma, Galaxy TV News, Lagos.
Let's talk crime stories now. The Ibadan Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has arraigned one Olaniyo Gbenga Amos, aka Crime Alert, and his company now before Justice Uche Agomo of the Federal High Court sitting in Ibadan, Oyo State. He was arraigned on a 35-count charge bordering on conspiracy, operating business of other financial institutions and obtaining money under false pretense to the tune of over 35 million naira. He pleaded not guilty to the charges. In view of their plea, the prosecution counsel, Galadanchi Sanusi, asked the court to remand the defendant at the Nigerian Correctional Service and fix a date for trial to commence. Now, counsel for the first and second defendant, Richard Ogunwole SAN, informed the court he has filed an application for the release of his client on bail. The court ruled that the application was not ripe for hearing as the further affidavit filed by the defendant is not properly before the court. And consequently, Justice Agomo adjourned till October 25, 2021 for hearing of bail application and also ordered that the defendants be remanded at the Nigerian Correctional Center, Abolongo, in Oyo State. In the meantime, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State has stressed they need to harmonize various tax laws to eliminate multiple taxation in Nigeria. The governor spoke in Akure at the 9th Zonal Tax Conference organized by the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria. Governor Akeredolu, represented by the Deputy Governor, Loki Ayedatiwa, stressed that government at all levels must seek ways of generating revenue to discourage over-reliance on oil money. Meanwhile, the national president of the association described tax as a sustainable tool for nation building, while other speakers want government to be more proactive in revenue generation.
Every attempt to look inward for sources of revenue by the country is always a step in the right direction. These will break the petro naira that has subjected our fortune as a country to the vagaries of oil prices in the world market.
We must look towards for a strategic solution by articulating creative strategy that will bring about the desired feasible development through the instrumentality of taxes. It is worthy of note that concerted efforts by government to grow revenue have not yielded sustainable results.
Again, the amendments introduced by the two acts are geared towards generating more revenue by the federal and state revenue agencies to finance the creation in the country and in conformity with the objectives of the country's national tax policy.
Bill tagged the budget of sustainable growth. 608 projected internally generated revenues and expected federal allocations. We intend also to borrow the sums of 45.8 billion naira only.
The Speaker of the State House of Assembly expressed appreciation to the governor for the early presentation of the budget and promised to critically look at the details of the bill and pass it in the next 4 weeks for his assent. Chairman to obey rules, laws and guidelines regulating local government administration, as well as endeavor to carry out record keeping of their various councils to avoid audited reports of the 23 councils by the Special Advisor on Bureau of Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, Kenneth Achabo. The governor will comment.
The 23 local government chairman in Benue State. Firstly, we want to thank you for the support you have been giving to the local government to sustain support security in the various local governments, especially this area. You can drive Katsina now, you can drive to local.
More teachers, the governors weed out ghost teachers, salary leakages, and other challenges, issues facing recruitment in the state.
About issues of padding.
Adeniro will disclose this in an interview with correspondent Kunlojo. Reports that the promotion covered 2017 to 2020, which made some of the teachers got 2 promotions. Adeniro charged the promoted teachers to double their efforts and put in their best to ensure that teaching of pupils is handled with full seriousness and commitment.
There were 16,549 public primary school